right. Let's go and find our warrior one with that right foot forward. And we think about when we're doing that sun salutation, right foot forward, left foot back, we bend into that right knee. When we're doing those squats, bending into that right knee and then straightening the left knee and firming the left thigh and buttock. Breathe. Reaching the arms to horizontal and then reaching them skyward. Hold, breathe. This particular posture, I want you to engage the left buttock. I want you to really straighten the left knee and really try to hyperextend the left knee. And just notice how it responds. You might notice that the body goes, I don't know if I can do that. Breathe. This is one of my favorite. Let's bring the arms down, but keep the legs. It's one of my favorite positions to always do after walking for exercise, running, cycling, swimming, any type of a cardio, going up and down a lot of stairs for exercise, stuff like that. Because right now, just taking the arms out of it, firm through the thighs, firm the left buttock, straighten the left knee as straight as it'll go. And really try to engage. Good, step the left foot forward. Can you feel that when you do it? Try the other side. Left foot forward, right foot back. So warrior one in our TAM method, hips turn, just attempt to face forward, anchor through both feet, bend into the left knee and straighten the right knee, firm. Falling over is optional. Shoulders back and down. Reach the arms skyward. Keeping your breath. As we begin to bend into that left knee and we straighten the right knee and the hips try to face forward. You're firming the right thigh, buttock, lifting the toes, anchoring the shoulders, and trying now, release the arms down, bend into that left knee a little bit more. What do you feel? Where does that change things? Does the weight go off of the right heel? Can you keep it? And now step the right foot. Let's do the lower body portion of the warrior one again. Right foot forward, left foot back. Bend into that right knee. And now, yes, I'm sorry, we were asking a question. Anchor the hips. And now, anchor the feet. And now we're going to turn the hips slightly to the right and slightly to the left. My right knee might kind of go pistoning forward and back, but it's not going side to side. Does that make sense? So when I do this, I'm turning from here and my right knee might go bending, straightening a little bit, but it's not doing this. I'm not doing an Elvis, okay? Turn hips to the right. Turn hips to the left, torso's going along with me. Hips to the right. And it's real small, it is on me. Hips to the left. Can you feel it? Good. Because those mechanics are also really important. Notice how there's not a lot of motion there. When you're ready, hands at heart center. Shift, tippy toe left. Great place to hold on to something. Externally rotate. Left foot, tippy toes or tree pose. Very important place here. Level hips. Notice, and we're going to go play with it. It's a great place to hold on to something or be right here. Drop your hip. Elevate to level. Lift your left hip, level. Drop your hip, elevate to level. Lift your hip, level. One more. Drop your hip, elevate to level. Great place to have the foot down. Lift your hip, level, and release. Say good morning to the right hip abductors, gluteus medius, gluteus minimus. They're really important. Jack, when we were working together, we had a little bit of an adventure in the quadratus lumborum. And we were also helping the gluteus medius and minimus not be so upset with us for what we were up to. Let's go ahead and try. Left foot forward, right foot back. Warrior one, legs, arms are down. Keep the left knee aligned with the left foot and turn. Hips. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to give a side profile. Right hip goes forward, right hip goes back, relative. And you can see that my right knee straightens and bends a little bit, but that's not my, I'm not thinking knee goes forward, knees goes back. I'm thinking stay aligned with my foot, right hip back, left hip back. Does that cue make sense? It just so happens that the knee does side on the left-hand side is going to be influenced. And it's really small. These are the rotary components. And now, hands at heart, tippy toe, our tree pose. You decide where you're going to be. Holding steady. Leveling through the pelvis. Oh, I'm falling over today. Dropping your right hip down, coming back to level, elevating that right hip, level, drop, level, raise, level, drop, level, raise, level, drop, one more, level, raise, level, and rest. Those activities are not easy, but they're all related to our ability to squat. We need that strength. Let's turn to face the long edge of the mat, get wide in the legs. Anchor through the left foot. Pivot on your right heel. Take notice of what I'm about to do. I'm going to rotate out and rotate so that the foot is forward again. Externally rotate out, rotate in. This is kind of a little bit weird. Rotate out because I'm kind of moving outward. Try it again. Rotate. And good. Now we're going to rotate out. I'm going to make my adjustment. I've got to kind of turn out. Now let's go into warrior two position. Here we go. Anchor the feet before you bend your knees. Let's go do this again. Body tall. Pelvis to the left. Legs fairly straight. Pelvis to the right. Pelvis to the left. Pelvis to the right. Pelvis to the left. Pelvis to the right. Keep going. Pelvis. Good. Pelvis left. A little bit more straightening in that right knee, if it will. That's a, yeah, just straight. Straightening the knee. There you go. Aha. Okay, pelvis and pelvis. Yeah, and it's that fine line of where, how much straightening. So we're still engaging. And we're just moving back and forth. Exactly. There isn't a lot of motion here, but I want there to be some motion. Pelvis to the left. Oops, sorry. Which direction am I in? Yeah. And right. Now, strong through the legs, pelvis to the right. Reach the left arm back, shoulders back and down, pelvis to the right. Bend that right knee as the left arm reaches back. Hold. Release. Miss Rita, I want you to use our mirror right here. That's the beauty. If you're ever wondering, who knows what's going to happen? I'll probably always have our video recorder on because it's a mirror. It functions as a mirror for us. Right foot turns out. We're still in warrior two. Left foot faces forward. Press your pelvis to the right. Reach the left arm back and bend into that right knee. Notice if you bend anymore, your knee is going to go beyond your ankle. So in order to remedy that, the left foot has to go up further. So straighten the right knee, get wider. Here's where I'm going to share with everybody that I like to invite us to be pretty wide in our legs, because being wide in your legs, then when you begin to bend just a little bit, it will do a lot. Does that make sense? So you don't have to bend a lot. So come back to straight knees. The legs were fairly wide. Come out even wider just to appease Nydia Darby. Good. Body tall. The legs are pretty wide, everybody. Knees are fairly straight, and you're going to press to the right and then press to the left. Good. To the right. Good. Now notice what you feel. Go slow. Left. Now press to the right. Hips to the right. Strong to the legs. Reach the left arm back. Bend that right knee. Press hips, hips, hips. There's a little bit of this happening. Do you feel it? I need you to see it. Keep pressing the hips to the right as you almost as if someone's pulling you back. And now reach the right arm to the right. You can keep looking at it. I want you to see it, Miss Rita, because Catherine's next. It's not going to be perfect, but we are considering, can we get the upper body over the pelvis? Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze butt cheeks. And then release the arm, straighten that right knee. Other side. So we're wide in the legs. Left foot turns out, right foot faces forward. We press the pelvis towards the left. We press the pelvis to the right. Press the pelvis to the left and right. We're going to do that several times, so keep going. Press the pelvis left, press it right. And just explore. The legs and knees are relatively straight, and you're just breathing and exploring how much. I'm going to come in really close. There are some areas that are real, it's just kind of like, what the heck? Right in deep that we are working on accessing. And now the next time you press the pelvis to the left, we reach the right arm back, palm facing forward. We bend that left knee just enough. Doesn't have to bend a lot to be effective. Listen very carefully to the right hip. That she already, ooh, look at that. Left arm reaches, palms down, warrior two. How does that feel? Maybe different or the same, Miss Rita? It feels more stable. Okay. There, do you feel it there? There's this thing that I want each of you to work on. I'm working on this myself. And that is to find that width in the legs. Slowly release the arms. Knees and feet face forward. Don't adjust other than knees and feet face forward. Notice how wide that is. It's wider than you have been. I think you're ready to explore it and then to decide if Nydia has lost her mind. Now, if we do extended side angle, we're not done yet. Now the right foot turns out again. Extended side angle is even wider. It may not be for you, Miss Rita, but in my world, thank you, Catherine, extended side angle gets wider. We do the same thing, press the pelvis to the right, then bend into that right knee, and now we go a little deeper if the body will allow. We're externally rotating through the hips, just like we were earlier, but I didn't mention it. Right hand to right thigh, left hand to hip, turn the hips. Turn the belly, ribs, chest. If you choose, you can keep the arms wherever they want to be because you might be just focusing on the lower body. Nice, Miss Rita. I like where you are. And if your arms want to change, but I really like what I see right here because I want you to focus on lower body for this posture. Your knee alignment, your everything, beautiful. Nice, Miss Catherine. And breathe. And we're thinking, keep breathing, coming in close, that there is a spiraling action happening through the thighs. It's spiraling outward, and your muscles are squeezing in order to help that happen. Kind of like, now when you're ready, strong through legs, use the legs, push that right knee straight. Let your body come back, knees and feet face forward. We're still pretty wide. Left foot turns out, right foot faces forward. Let's press the hips to the left. Externally rotate through the thighs as you bend into that left knee. Left hand to the outside of the left thigh, right hand to hip, turn, firm, reach if you choose or not. I love this posture because it makes my rotators cramp when I do that just the right way. Good. Yes. And you're just firming the rotation, the external rotation, and they're just kind of like, oh, wow, breathing. Find your breath and then push the left leg straight to come up and out. Knees and feet face forward, wide leg forward bend. Knees and feet, good, parallel, spine long. Weight even between the ball foot and the heel. Notice how the heel takes weight off. Lengthen the torso. Breathe. Once we're in a position of support, shift the hips to the right and hold. Notice how wide I have you. Let's read it. How do you know if it's right? Your breath will tell you. We're shifted hips to the right. The legs were fairly wide. Now we bend the right knee somewhat. Firm the left thigh. Now we're breathing and we're just thinking lovely, happy thoughts. Breathe. We straighten the right knee. The hips shift to the center. Firm through the thighs. Hips shift to the left. Hold. We're supported either hands on shins, hands on blocks, hands on mat. Whatever it is, we're supported really well. And my favorite is to have something because it'll make a difference. Then as we firm through the thighs, we bend the left knee. And you just kind of notice what you feel. Inhaling and exhaling. And then straighten the left knee, shift the hips towards the center again. Hands on mat blocks, extend your spine. Left hand on the block or mat, fingers face the right, spine long, shift the hips to the right first, then reach the right arm and turn the torso. Notice how I asked you for the hips to move first. Whether this right arm goes out however far, it doesn't matter, but the arm might come to your chest. I want you to make certain that this is hips first, then some rotation through the torso, but the sacroiliac is not doing near, and that looks good. Good, everybody. Keep breathing. Push that left hand into the mat or block. And then bring that right hand down. The hips shift back center. Shift the hips to the left. Right hand on the mat. Fingers face the left. Shift hips to the left. Spine long. Then the torso turns to the left. You decide. Firm the thighs. And breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. And then come back, left arm down, shift hips to the center. Once again, hands on blocks, hands on mat, shifting left to right. Just explore what you're feeling through the hips. Now, just for Nydia fun, make a circle. I'm going to shift the hips to the right, then I'm going to shift my body weight slightly forward, shift the hips to the left, shift my body weight back. Am I making sense? I want you to explore the range of motion through the hip sockets as you go through this circle. And then reverse. And then come to end, come to center. With the legs as wide as they are, bend the knees a little bit. Just notice the knees are going to be falling inside the ankles. So that doesn't work for us. I don't really care for us to do that a lot. So now step the feet in, go slow, squat, knees aligned with your feet. So walk the feet in if they need to a little bit more. Good. When you squat, then bring your forearms to your thighs, bring your knees aligned with your feet. Drop your bottom. If you need to, you walk the feet a little closer, Miss Rita. Good. Bend your knees, open your thighs out, open the thighs out. This is a hip thing. Open the thighs out, open the thighs out. See if the knees, see if your bottom will drop. Nice, Jack. I see that. Notice how the feet change. You feel it? How she doesn't want to come up. How she doesn't want to stay down. Strong through the legs, push all the way up. Woo! Step the feet together. Hi. You don't have to be mid and center, but does that make sense? I like that you were able to see that. Okay, go slow. Like,